Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's April the 4th, Monday night. These are the charts of the day. On the long side first, some significant moves took place today. We had a little bit of a pop here on Acura Pharmaceuticals, ACUR, which jumped 55 cents or 16.5%. On the biggest volume the biggest volume of this year since last December when it popped here. Now, that breakout was stymied, and let's see if this one has any follow-through. Notice that key overhead resistance going back a couple years, right at this line here where it closed. We get a follow through tomorrow. The stock could make a much more significant move up towards at least the starting about 5.5, my first target. ADES, stock we've been following for a while, broke out of a 5-day, little 4-day flag here on low volume with a little pop of $1.50 or 6.8%. Volume wasn't big. It's a thin stock, but the overall pattern appears like the top of the channel may be beckoning up or in the mid 30s as a secondary, more intermediate target, with an initial target around 27.28. AEN, Adona, another junior biotech that had a significant move today, breaking out across this lateral price resistance here, which is about a nearly 1-year resistance level. And next target is the double top from March and April this year, up around 270. Stock closed at 213 today and broke out of this little bit of a wedge or coil here as volume picked up. So you'll see the stock moving ahead here. Favorite silver stock first, Majestic Silver AG, in a beautiful rising channel. Popped for another $1.93 today with a breakaway gap on some heavy volume, or should I say running gap, and the stock looks to me like it could make a move towards the high 20s, maybe even 30. AVL continued its winning ways of late with the big breakout on Friday and today, another follow through, getting it up to 9.5, where it stalled 3 or 4 times intraday and backed off to 9.23. Still up 28 cents or 3% on 12.6 million, pretty darn good volume. And I'm looking for more upside, at least on this move, maybe 10, 10.5, and then secondary target around 12.5. Clean Energy had another good day today. As you can see, the pop last week followed by the 3-day kind of lateral sideways movement where they closed nearly the same for 3 days in a row. And today popping $1.09 or 6.7% on 5.3 million shares. Looks like the move is extending. And I'm still looking for that target around 19 on AVL. On CLNE. Cool. Majestic Entertainment, which has been moving nicely of late. As you can see from this pattern here, popped out of a 4-day wedge today or pennant as volume surged and the stock jumped 62 cents or 19% on 4.3 million shares. Now it is up against resistance in the 4.10 range, but a move through here and it could accelerate towards the 5.25 range, my next target on cool, if it breaks out above the current level of resistance. Up next is GLNG, Golar Ltd, which just keeps a phenomenal move underway here that's taken it from 17 to 29 nearly in the last 3 weeks. This pullback reversal day was key here. As you can see, the stock has moved from 22.5 to 28.92 in the last 4 sessions alone. Key today's action is to break out above this lateral price resistance, which was a long-term resistance going back to 07. And at this point, it looks like these are new all-time highs for Golar. They are. We'll keep close tabs on it, but at this point, I can see the stock accelerating up towards the low 30s. Inhibitex, INHX, had a nice follow-through day to Friday's late sharp surge. Did pull back in the morning to 429, but then ran up nearly $1 from that level. Closed at 5, up 27 cents. A strong volume of 3.6 million. Looks like the rally continues, although it's a little bit short-term overbought. We can see it extending to the 6 range before it gets to 2 overbought and may have to start a consolidation process. MCZ, another good day today. After breaking out on Thursday and backing off Friday, it followed back through the new highs at 239 before closing at 233, up 23 cents or 11%. 6.14 million shares, strong volume for the stock, and it looks like the top of that channel around the 3.25 half range may be doable. That's my target. On-stream media, another nice follow-through day. You can see the stock's run from about $1 to nearly $2 in the last couple weeks. Target around 2.25. We'll keep that short term, and secondary target up around 2.75. OPTR, Optimer Pharmaceuticals, after the big gap on Friday, followed through nicely with a little mini gap and then a run of 67 cents or 5%, 2.6 million traded. It's now at key resistance near the top of the channel and lateral price resistance. So we may get a pullback, but if it moves through here, look for a move towards 15. Pluristem, PSTI, popped with an opening gap above its 50-day moving average and closed near the high for the day. At 296, up 38 cents, or nearly 15% on 2 million shares. That's the heaviest volume in more than 2 months. We may challenge the 3.25 range very quickly here. If that's the case and it gets through it, look for a move up to 385 and then maybe 4.5. Good day for Rediff, up 51 cents, closing at 8, on up 6.8% on a 1.25 million. If you can get through this level about the 8.25 range, which has been holding it back since January, we can see it thrust back up to the January spike highs up around 990. So that's my short-term trading target. Monster day for Travelzoo, again up 677 or nearly 10%. 1.6 million, the heaviest volume, and many a moon on this stock has completed the run to the top of the channel near 76.77, which is my secondary target. And at this point, I'd have to say, although it may continue to run and get squeezed higher, be very careful up here as the stock has now moved from 36 and change to 76 and change, a 40-point move in the last 5 weeks. To say the least, a bit extended, so be careful there. VHC also extended and moved from 12.5 to 23.75 just in the last 2 weeks. After pausing for a couple of days, it resumed its advance up 220 or 10% today as volume increased to the best in 3 sessions. Don't know where this is going. It's a short-term overextended, but we may see the stock in the high 20s before not too long. WPRT also running, has reached my trading target today at 27, my swing trade target, I should say. When it broke out here at 21.5, we put a $27 target on it. That was reached. Look for a potential pullback consolidation, but a very strong move underway on WPRT. Now let's switch to the short side and give you a quick review of some of the boxer shorts that are acting like they want to go lower. Akamai, very bearish downtrend. This rally back here to the declining tops line came on 0 technical surgings whatsoever. Stock looks like it could roll over. My target 32. AMSC forming a bear flag. It's still in a downtrend. If this thing breaks to the downside, we could see the stock down around 2021, my short-term target. Amphenol, after what appears to be the topping pattern and a sharp move on Friday, the stock was off a little bit today, but volume continues heavy on the downside, and I'm looking for a move that takes us eventually quickly down to 47 range. Broadcom rolled over to more new lows, now at 5-month lows, down another 28 cents today, but did get down under 38 briefly. But technicals look so bad, I'm looking for more downside to about the $36 range. CREE also in a bear flag pattern here, not far or right at the declining tops line, and looks to me like another bear flag could result in more downside. And at this point, I would have to say that at the very least, look for something down towards the $39 range. My short-term target down near the bottom of the channel. Dolby Labs also looks lower as its bear wedge was broken Friday, with a little bit more downside extension today. My target now 42 on Dolby. FFIV rallied back to fail at the declining tops line and moving average. Got hammered on Friday for $9. Today it was up a tad, but pretty weak considering the big loss. And if support is taken out down into this 92 range, we could see the stock fall rapidly into the mid-80s, maybe even low 80s. Marriott completed a top information, got hammered last week, snapped back, and beginning to pull back down again. It looks to me like levels down in around low 30s may be had, and that's what the target is, 30.31. NTAP broke sharply out of his bear wedge today, completed the bear move back to resistance, and appears to be headed lower. Immediate support around 44 should be tested. Secondary target down around 40. ROVI also breaking out of a bear wedge to the downside. Looks like more downside may be forthcoming, and we're looking for a move down towards 45 on the ROVI. RUE, bear flag forming as well. Looks like this one, if it rolls over here, could see downside towards 22.23. And Scanacorp, a utility which broke a nice topping pattern with a bear flag here, a spike down there, now another bear wedge or flag, right to resistance. A failure here, and we're looking back down towards 36.7. Last is VMW, which broke, bear flag, broke, bear flag, and it looks like we have at least one more leg down towards $70 range. That's my target for VMW, 70.71. And that's it for tonight. Very extensive update for the longs and the short side. Take care. Have a good evening.